So let's talk about communities of interest in this conversation. I know what a community is. By definition, it's simply a place where people go gather. Community of interest is something where they have common interests when they go gather there. Is it as simple as that? Relate this for me. Bring it all together,
Well,
Andy.
I think from a brand manager's point of view, the key thing about the community of interest today is that that is the new battleground for customer decision-making behavior. Because in communities of interest, that's where people with similar interests and needs form social connections, discuss the challenges, and discuss the brands. So if you think of it that way, different communities of interest will have pivotal influencers sitting in them, and they'll draw connections from a lot of different people in a lot of different places. And what happens is that becomes a very pivotal element in managing the communication of the benefits of the brand. You need to know those influencers sitting within those communities.
Right. So for example, we were talking beforehand, and we have a client, Kaspersky, Threadpost, who's in the security industry. They do a series of webinars with us, and they do it in different verticals, different industries. But as an example of a community of interest, they did one with us, their first one they did, on the educational space. And when they do that, you're tapping into the educational space. Could be high schools, could be colleges, could be school districts, and all that stuff. Those are the type of communities of interest you're talking about, right?
That's right. And then once that message, like that webinar, gets into that community,
right,
if that shows value, for instance, to the IT managers in that community, they'll take that link and they'll start sharing it. They'll retweet it. They'll post it on their Facebook page. They'll put it in their LinkedIn comments. They'll talk about it. They'll comment about it. And other people will pick it up. And sometimes it'll move over into another industry vertical. And unless you are measuring it and actively watching the way in which your message is dispersing across these socially networked communities, you're going to lose track of it. But if you do track it and you do understand it, it's going to give you as a brand manager some very powerful understanding of how to connect the dots between these thousands of people that are formed into these various communities, and figure out who the ones are that really influence the progress of your brand moving forward.
And maybe who are the ones that buy, too. That could be important, too.
You got it.
Thanks for being a part of this conversation. Influence, relevance in the socially networked world. I know I'm learning a lot. We hope it's educational, inspirational, or something that may turn you on to do something with your company. It's all part of our Spotlight on IMS series.